Have you ever noticed, whether we encounter a person or an event, our brains seem to go whoosh instantly slapping a label on it? This is actually a very common habit of ours. Today, let's take a good look at this phenomenon, break it down, and see if there are better ways to change it. We'll follow these steps, understand the labeling machine in our heads, discuss why these labels are so sticky and hard to shake off. The most critical part, how to peel them off. Use the example of lying to see this in practice. Talk about how to turn this awareness into a natural, effortless response. Part 1. The mind's labeling machine. Have you ever wondered why, the moment we see anything, an inner voice or a judgment pops up immediately? What is actually happening? In the materials we're referencing, there's a key concept, establishing knowledge upon perception, ZG and Li Z. It sounds a bit formal, but the meaning is quite simple. The very second you perceive something, see it, or hear it, you establish knowledge, meaning you instantly form a judgment. Simply put, you've slapped a label on it. The materials emphasize that this instant reaction we find so trivial is actually the root of all avidya, ignorance, and the source of our many afflictions. Part 2. The stickiness of judgment. Why are these labels so hard to remove once they're on? These mental labels aren't just passing thoughts, they have a certain stickiness. They cling tightly to our thinking, acting like a shackle that binds and entangles us. The reference uses a metaphor I find incredibly apt. It's like being stuck with super glue 500 to glue. If you've ever gotten that on your skin, you know how difficult it is to deal with. This explains why labeling often isn't a conscious choice. We've practiced it thousands of times until it's settled into our very bones. It has become automatic, or what we call effortless action, Wugong Yang crossing. Like driving on autopilot, it happens without us spending any energy at all. Part 3. How to peel off the labels. Since labeling is an automated problem, is there a solution? Of course, let's look at a practical method involving a few simple steps. Step 1. When a label pops up, for example, you think someone is lazy or annoying, you must first notice it. Step 2. Immediately tell yourself, this is ignorance, this is just mental dust. Step 3. Make a conscious decision to discard it. Tell yourself, this isn't the truth, I don't want this thought. Step for the magic part. When you do this, you aren't just processing the new label, you are simultaneously loosening the old, stubborn labels from the past. This is incredibly cool. That stickiness we hated can now work in our favor. It's like pulling up a radish as you pull up a new one. A whole string of old ones comes out with it. Every small moment of awareness carries much more power than you might imagine. As the saying goes, fear not the arising of thoughts, only the delay in realizing them. You don't need to be afraid of thoughts or labels popping up. That's just how brains work. Your only concern should be how fast you catch them. Part 4. Case study, the lie. Let's look at a practical example that I think we can all relate to. Consider this contrast. Why do we lie? The goal is simple, to hide a mistake, to make others believe us, or to save face. But the result, it's the exact opposite. The truth cannot be hidden forever. Trust is destroyed. And most importantly, you are branded with a permanent label of being unreliable in the eyes of others. It is completely counterproductive. When the label of untrustworthy is glued to your reputation, it's like that super glue, incredibly stubborn. You could speak 100 truths and still struggle to wash away the impression left by one lie. Conversely, if we choose not to lie, our words become clean and powerful. People naturally believe you, and your words carry weight. Most importantly, your heart feels grounded and joyful. Part 5. Building virtuous habits. Let's look at the long term. If we keep practicing this, what kind of transformation happens? Remember, effortless action? It is a powerful concept. It tells us that if we can train ourselves to label things automatically, we can also train ourselves to make honesty and awareness our second nature until they happen naturally without a second thought. Think of every choice as accumulating capital. Every time you choose honesty or choose not to judge, you are depositing into your future. What are you depositing? Credibility, the trust of others, and your own wisdom. These are the most precious assets you can own. So, to wrap up, I want to leave you with one question to think about. Looking back at our daily lives, within every tiny thought and every small habit, what kind of capital are we actually accumulating for ourselves?